this computer. Hey, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Cole.
Yeah, well, this is going to air after that, but you got pretty sick. You feeling better now?
Yeah, I got COVID for the second time. I tell you what, it's just the fatigue is what kills you. I mean, I just feel like I need to take naps instead of twice a day. I feel like I need naps. My normal two a day. I feel like I need 4 or 5 naps a day.
Well, I'm
And I-
glad you sound pretty good. We'll be heading off here in just a few days. At least I
yeah,
will.
that's
Heading
right.
to
Well, yeah, I
Tyler.
think it's a week from today or something you leave, don't you?
Leave on the second. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to being with you and looking forward to our groups in Death Valley.
Yeah,
Should be
two
fun.
groups. I think we've got some good friends coming.
We do.
Don's
Don,
coming. I wouldn't
that's right.
qualify
That's
him as
all
a
we need
good
is,
friend.
yeah.
I'm not even sure I'd call him a friend, but he's coming.
Yeah, well, we have others that we like better, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But
We'll put,
Roxanne's not coming.
what's that? That's
Roxanne's
right.
not.
Roxanne is not coming now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's going to be awkward. I mean, what do we do without Roxanne to pick on?
Well,
But
Don's there.
we're just yeah, we're a couple days after Christmas. So again, Merry Christmas. But this will, I'm going to put it up today. When we're done, I'm going to get this one up today
Okay.
because I think
Now,
we're,
didn't a new Lenswork come out after yours?
I hope so, because I'm tired of talking about my
Yeah, I'm going to say
incredible
you can't
body.
talk about it yet.
But you know
It's
what did
not.
come out is the Light Glorious Light book came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and you know which image got used
Huh?
of mine? Let's see.
Dancing with the Wolves or whatever?
No. This one, the one that you like. This one got,
Oh, you must have you must have submitted that right away because
I did, yeah, because I had already submitted 3, and then I
yeah,
decided when I got back
yeah,
from the Faroes to submit that one. I
yeah.
tell you what, as another plug for Lenswork, Brooks does a book like this every year now. And it's not always like Glorious Light. It's trilogies, it's Glorious Planet or whatever, other things. The images in this are just truly
Mm.
remarkable. I mean, mindless standing. But seriously, do yourself a favor. You can still go buy this book, I believe, and you can even buy some of the previous ones in addition to the Incredible magazine. So that's our
Yeah, we
our
we should do an episode just talking about Lenswork.
yeah, we should, and talking about the how much we love it because it's fantastic.
Yeah,
But it's good to be back. So we've had a couple of good conversations with our listeners on the YouTube channel, and we sure appreciate the feedback. And so today, I thought what we talk about is one that was hinted at, and it's one of these two things. So, hey, I just won first place in the XYZ competition. Of course, the question then becomes, so now what? And the converse is, I just submitted to the XYZ nature competition, and I didn't even get juried in. I didn't
yeah.
even, never mind win. They didn't even accept any of my images into. So now what? It's a conundrum, isn't it? So you submit to these competitions, you win it. What does that mean? Or you don't get juried in. What does that mean? You have any thoughts on that?
I think whether you got in or didn't get in, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It
But
really
it
does.
does, though. It's so hard to avoid those human feelings of letdown if you didn't get in and exhilaration if you win.
Well, it means nothing for really two reasons. First, it's just somebody's opinion. And if you would have had a different opinion, you might have gotten in or not gotten in. It's just an opinion. And secondly, I remember when I was still a photographer and I was trying to be successful, and I thought success meant, winning certainly was included in that.
Sure.
So you could have this on your resume. And you think it will somehow change your photographic life. And
Yeah.
it doesn't.
No.
You get a little piece of paper saying you won, and that's about the extent of it. And you might post it on social media and you'll get a bunch of people saying, congratulations,
Yep.
but that's about it. Nothing really changes. It's still just you and your images. And that's why I learned that what's important is how you feel about your images, not about how others feel about them. That's really what's important.
But I don't know, Cole. I wonder, you
You
said
want your 15 minutes?
nothing really changes, but I wonder for some people I think it does. I really mean that. Meaning it's back to that pleasing the audience again, right? So I would dare say there's going to be a group of people who, if they win, they are going to be changed to then try to produce winning images like that. And I think that's where you and I would agree that that becomes, I don't know the right word I want to use, or that to me, that would not be honest work, to use your language, right? Because now you're doing it to please. And so that would be the caution I would have, because it does feel good to win. I think I've shared this story before. I'll share it again real quickly. This is 20 years ago. I entered a competition locally. I won. I took that same photograph and said, I'm going to go to the really good competition locally over at Churchville. Churchville's annual one is well known to be like the, community that I live in. That's the big one. And I
Yeah.
did not get juried in. And from that moment forward, I've never submitted anything to a competition ever again because I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute, I won first place, the whole thing. And then that same image didn't even make it juried in. And that's when I did realize that it's because those judges didn't like flower photography or whatever, right? Because it was a beautiful flower photograph. And I realized that it's just somebody's opinion, and it had
Well,
no bearing on whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. And so to me, that's the takeaway from today's discussion should be, look, if you want to compete, fine. I mean, so be it for me to, far be it from me rather to tell you you should or shouldn't compete in these competitions, but to think that it's helped you to arrive in some way, shape, or form,
well,
I
that's
think,
my point. I really thought that winning was somehow going to open these doors.
yeah,
Don't open any doors.
yeah,
I didn't have suddenly a huge influx of sales
right,
or magazines contacting me to do interviews, or it didn't ensure that the next contest I entered, I'd be any more successful. It's this one-time blip. You get your 15 minutes of fame and you feel good for winning,
yeah,
but then everything's still the same. It's just you and your work. And I came to this realization: when I leave this earth, I'm not going to be leaving a bunch of accolades behind. I'll be leaving some images that I hope
yeah,
that I love and that I'm proud that I had created, and that maybe it'll have meaning to my family.
yeah,
But the accolades, they are gone, and then you need another one and another. And that's one thing it did do. When you win one, you want to win another and another. And
yeah,
I got into that kick of building the extensive resume that I thought would open doors. It doesn't.
yeah.
It really doesn't.
So we've talked mostly then about this idea of the dangers of winning, but how about that opposite side of,
Being
you enter
discouraged.
and you don't get? I mean,
Yes.
I know people, Cole, who because they don't do well in competitions, say, you know what, I'm done with photography. I'm going to take up crocheting or what another
Yeah.
creative
Yeah.
thing. And to me,
Yeah.
that's sad, right? That's really sad to allow others to have an opinion that then causes you to stop doing what you're passionate about. Makes no sense to me.
Well, it goes to asking yourself, why were you creating that in the first place? I would be okay with someone who doesn't get in and saying, I'm done with juried exhibitions. I'm not going to enter anymore. But
Yes.
don't give up photography, especially if you're using it as an expressive
Yes.
me. If you're saying something with your work. Yeah, that'd be a shame. And it can be discouraging. And some people read far too much into it. They believe their work isn't good. And that isn't necessarily true if you don't get in. It may be the juror doesn't like that kind of work, or
Yeah.
they've just put in some other images that look like that, or who knows?
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. So that is, I think that's the important message today is if you are going to compete, if that's important to you, just don't let the disappointment dissuade you from especially creating expressive images. Continue to do that.
Don't read too much into either a win or a rejection.
No, I
Neither
mean,
means much.
quite honestly, making it into this is I can liken the feelings. I mean, it's an honor to be selected out of whatever 3,500 images. There's 300 that make it in there. So I'm one of 300, out of 3,500. It feels good. But I mean, I'm done with that. It's, it's next,
And the 3,500 other people who didn't get in, they shouldn't feel, I mean, disappointments, sure, but it's not a reflection of the quality of your work necessarily.
Absolutely not. Not at all. All right. We'll finish up. Talk to you next time.
Okay, bye.